Hello and welcome back to Mexico News Network's Daily Report, broadcasting from El Dorado Royal Spa Resort by Charisma. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus for more positive news and information on Mexico. You can also browse through our website www.mexiconewsnetwork.com. For more interesting stories, now let's continue with more information. Healthy eating trends have become a popular way of life. There are great benefits to eat, from keeping in shape and eating what is best for you. From fresh fruits and vegetables, superfood, and also less sugar and refined foods. This lifestyle may include sugar substitutes, and agave nectar is one good example of a natural alternative. You may know agave as a plant that has given us tequila and mezcal. But did you know that a light and sweet tasting nectar can also be extracted from this perennial plant? It is high in fructose, and the sap extracted from it is filtered and then heated at a low temperature in order to obtain the agave nectar or syrup. The resulting nectar can be mostly found in two different varieties, light and dark, of which the dark one has the strongest flavor. Agave nectar tastes similar to honey but has a lighter flavor and consistency and is said to be 1.5 times sweeter than regular sugar. Therefore, you would need less of to sweeten your beverages of meals. Agave nectar is almost always organic and has a relatively low glycemic index. It is gluten-free and can be consumed by those who suffer from celiac disease. It is also a good sweetener alternative for strict vegans who avoid honey and can be eaten by those who follow a raw diet, given that it is heated at a low temperature. Many benefits have been attributed to this nectar. It is considered low in calories. It reduces cholesterol and triglycerides. It increases the absorption of calcium and magnesium and has probiotic properties. Although anyone with dietary limitations should consult their doctor before consuming this sweet substance. Its consistency makes it an ideal option as a beverage sweetener, be it hot or cold. It can be drizzled over fruit, cereal, and bread. My personal favorite way of drizzling is in pancakes. Try this delicious natural syrup and enjoy yet another gift from the agave plant. In other news, Mexico is a country rich in biodiversity and holds an outstanding diversity of wild fungi. Today, we'll be focusing on one uniquely colored mushroom, the blue milk mushroom. In Mexico, there are over 200 known species of edible fungi in Mexico, all of which figure in Mexican dishes. Mexican gastronomy has given fungi their own special place in several Mexican dishes, including sauces, soups, salads, side dishes, and filling for quesadillas, sopes, huaraches, and other delicious Mexican treats. And how can we forget about huitlacoche? This is an icon in Mexican gastronomy, essentially the fungus that attacks corn. It might sound strange, but its cherished flavor has led some to even name it the Mexican truffle. Lactarius indigo, commonly known as the blue milk mushroom, indigo milky or indigo milkcap, is a species that grows in a deciduous and coniferous forest throughout North and Central America, as well as East Asia during rainy season, providing the ideal conditions for these and other species or fungi to grow. This mushroom has a pleasantly soft, earthy smell, characteristic of fungi, and a sweet, lightly pungent flavor. How is it eaten? A good way to prepare this mushroom is on grill, making sure not to overcook it as it will be lost in color. It can also be prepared in a very traditional Mexican way, sauteed with sliced onion, garlic, and epazote. This basic preparation can be topped off with a little bit of cream and enjoyed on its own or with freshly made tortilla. Puebla is famous for its exquisite colonial gastronomy. Mexico is a country rich in flavors, and there is one in particular that we will speak of today: mole de caderas, which is originally from the Tehuacan region in Puebla. It is made from goat meat, it's hip to be precise, and it has very crafted process behind it. For starters, the goat has to be bred in a very special manner. It needs to be taken care of with special features and must be fed under a rigorous diet of organic grass in order to obtain a particular flavor from its meat, needed to make the mole de calderas, also known as guasmole. The preparation of the guasmole or mole de caderas dates back to the 17th century, when the pre-Hispanic cuisine blended with Spanish. It's only during the month of October when guasmole is served, because it is the time when the goat is in the exact cooking point and has been through its entire breeding process. Let's remember that the flavor of the dish depends on the way the goat was raised and fed. The chosen goat is then sacrificed in a very traditional ritual, where the place is decorated with flowers. Afterwards, a local shaman asks permission to the gods for the animal's soul. This is a grand festivity that gathers several people from the community and nearby villages. And the whole thing finishes with a great feast of mole de caderas. In Puebla, the guasmole tradition starts on October 16th every year. Today, let's speak of one of Jalisco's iconic dishes, meat in its juice, called in Spanish carne en su jugo. The name certainly opens up the appetite, don't you think? Just picturing being amid such exquisite looking and tasting dish certainly elevates expectation, and once you try it, an explosion of flavors occurs in your mouth. The dish was originally created in Piedra Amarilla, in the county of Acatic, Jalisco, and it was thanks to the Torre family. The dish consists of meat in its own juices. The secret to its exquisite flavor is because the meat used is very soft and free of veins or fat of any sort, which means that every bite is a delight and marvelous sensation. Besides the actual meat, the recipe also includes coriander, garlic, beans from the pod, avocado, salt, pepper, and chicken stock. It is served in a pot dish, which adds a special touch of exquisiteness to the entire dish. A true Mexican delight, I must say. I suggest you accompany this dish with lemon, handmade tortillas, charcoal grilled onions, and sauces. You can eat in tacos or spoonfuls, but I do recommend you don't leave out the beans, because they will give the dish a whole different feeling. You may wonder where you can grab such exquisite dish. I can recommend a place in particular called Carne Garibaldi, which is a traditional restaurant in the state of Jalisco and provides nothing but delicious experiences to every client. In fact, in the year 1996, the place broke Guinness World Record for being the fastest restaurant in the world. In 13.5 seconds, they take your order and bring the food right to your table. Just incredible. However, don't worry if you won't visit Jalisco anytime soon, because there are also other places in the nation where you can try this delicious dish. Sadly, this was all for today's edition of Mexico News Network's Daily Report, broadcasting from El Dorado Royal Spa Resort by Carisma. Thank you for staying with us, your number one about Mexico. I'm Sofia Rattinger, and don't forget to follow us social networks and browse through our website, www.mexiconewsnetwork.com, for more relevant information about Mexico and the world. We'll see you the next time.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.